Today has not been a good day. Considering it's the first day of the year, one would think that I would have had all my shit together and everything in order, but that couldn't be further away from the truth. You see, for the past week I've had this obsession about finding out who I really am and what really did happen between my mother and absent father, but if I'm honest, I kinda wish I didn't. You see, I always knew that my mum and dad divorced just after I was born, and I always knew that he never really wanted me, but I guess minds play tricks, and I always hoped that this story was just fabricated in order to keep me away from him. Back in 2013 I found him. After looking very hard on Facebook for just under 2 weeks, I came across his stepmother. She then passed on my details and he contacted me. He was more interested in my mother's land and he definitely wanted to know about my inheritance, but I didn't care. I just wanted to know him even though I knew he was no good. You would think I should have learnt my lesson the first time, and I admit that is true. I put all of that blame on me, but I just couldn't help but wonder, what if I'd got him wrong? What if I never gave him an actual chance to explain himself? Even though I did keep bringing up the disappearance topic, he just kept on dodging it like bullets, and to be honest with you, who wouldn't? He informed me I had 2 sisters. I could only remember one of their names, and after searching for around 20 minutes, I found her. 20 minutes? Honestly, that's not a long time. She is lovely. Everything I could possibly want in a sister, and it felt so good to know that finally I have a chance to belong to somebody, and finally I wouldn't have to feel embarrassed. I wasn't alone anymore. I'm an older sister to a 17 and an 18-year-old respectively. Everything was going so well up until their mother contacted me. She sent me a message and said, "Silvertone, this is your mum." Excuse me? I'm sure my mum died 21 years ago. Do I have amnesia? Or was it you indeed who raised me and loved me all of those years? You absolute fucking insensitive bitch. How dare you? I will give her one good point though. Even though she filled my head in with shit, she sure did answer every question I had to ask. I'm so sure she thinks I'm fucking daft, or maybe she still remembers me as that 6-year-old, because for every question I asked her and every statement she made, I was able to see right through her. She then proceeded to crack on with crocodile tears. Again, fuck off, bitch. You cannot pull the wool over my eyes. I've dealt with too many shitty people in my lifetime to know what is real and what isn't. I will say though, as desperate as I am to have a family, she almost had me fooled. She told me my dad had tried twice to come to England, but both times something came up so he couldn't fulfill his journey. Oh wow, well done, Father of the Year. 21 years and you managed only 2 attempts. Must have been so hard for you, you irresponsible, careless and reckless buffoon. Then in between asking me to send things over to them, and also claiming that they were going to come and visit, and if they liked the country they'd stay, the cheeky cunts. They sent me a picture of me when I was 6 years old, and a picture of me that I'd sent to my father a few years ago. Nice one. A perfect reminder of your mistakes, or perhaps a way for you to overcome the guilt of you doing one runaway bride. I know this game, they are not interested in me, but in what I've got to offer. The joke is on them though, because me, I don't save sweet fuck all, because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. But do you know what I will do? I will send a card that says with deepest sympathy to the sperm donor when he dies. I told my aunt and cousin tonight, and even though they told me some harsh truths and made me cry, they were right. I remembered very well that in spite of everything that happened with my family, they were the ones that were there. They were the ones that, seen me when I first had real tears. They caught me throughout my first lies. They knew about it when I had my first period. They were the ones that had to talk to me about, manners of life, and they were the ones that taught me true etiquette. It was all them. And you know what? Though it's harsh truths, and it did make me cry, they were right. The truth does hurt. If it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck. Truth is, as much as I would love to belong somewhere and fill this void in my heart, I am doing perfectly fine without him and without them. I have done well for the majority of my life. As the saying goes, you cannot lose something you never had, and you can't miss something you never owned. So I am ready to come up with my own great ending to this story and give myself the closure that I desperately long for. I will be a great mother and be everything he never was and he never will be. That man is not a father but a stranger who has no emotion. I do forgive him though, not for him but for me and my mother. I will continue life being even more proud of what I have achieved on my own without his help. He will always be the motivation behind my achievements, and I cried the last of my tears over him. Rest in peace, Daddy-O. And you know what? For anybody who's listening to this, I just want to let you know you are not alone. And just because somebody wasn't there throughout your life doesn't mean that everybody doesn't love you, because you've got to remember something. If someone can't be bothered to look after you, if somebody can't be bothered to, see that you are well, if somebody doesn't appreciate the light that you shine and the laughs that you have and the kindness that you show, then they're not worth jack shit anyway. Who cares? There is 6 billion or over 6 billion people in this world. And you know what? They're just one person. Think of how many people truly love you and how many people care about you. So if you have any questions to ask me, or if you're going through this, or you know somebody going through anything that, talks about being estranged from one's family, please do comment down below or send me personal emails. It would be lovely to hear from you. And to be honest with you, it'll be very, very comforting to know that I'm not alone in this world. So thank you for taking the time to listen. Silvertone. Peace out.